Tanzania is the world. I am explaining to the whole world. This is our nation. We have finished Tanzania, we have finished Taiwan, we have finished Alberta and Rift Valley nation over Taiwan, over assassination of the leader, Alberta nation, Rift Valley nation, over riots in big numbers. Now we go to end. This is Nepal. This powder. So Nepal, by grading of gold, those who want some history, has just recovered from danger, like you see Rwanda. It's a small nation, Rwanda. It has suffered a lot, it has gone through a lot of danger to have just this leader. So it is not yet in the mind of God. See a nation that has not even established a currency find a new leader. Father, we pray for the president of Nepal, Ramchandra Powder. This powder. I'm dodging a funny word that God was willing to burn him as powder. When you bring, those who went to good schools, when you bring any fire on any powder, it is finished, not even a second. So I pray for riots in Nepal to be averted. Father, this is your word. Protect it to have power over any uprising in Nepal. It is an answer for the day in all these good nations. Father, we thank you. May they end in the first week of their uprising in Nepal. Right. It is in the world that they be averted. In the land, your copy, your insurance. So what is the advice of Moses to the leader of Nepal? Around north, these riots close to the second week. If they cross to the second week, ask Uganda what will happen when he allows it to cross the second week. You will not stop him. What is the best method? Stop when it is too early. It's when we are adding voice upon you that you have a backup of God. Use the utmost power you hold in that nation to.
Our next story is from Nepal, where a massive protest turned violent today. Thousands of protesters took to the streets across major cities. And what was the trigger? A sweeping ban on social media platforms in Nepal. In the capital city of Kathmandu, protesters marched to the parliament. They broke through a police cordon and chanted slogans against KP Sharma Oli, the Prime Minister of Nepal. The state responded with a crackdown. They fired rubber bullets, tear gas and water cannons. At least 19 protesters have died. 19. The controversial ban was imposed last week. Nepal banned platforms like X, Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp. The government introduced new rules to regulate these platforms. They were required to register with the government. The platforms refused to comply, so Nepal banned them. This angered the Gen Z population of the country. Many of them marched in protest today. They say this ban impacts their livelihoods and their future. It is not just about social media, it's about much more. Needless to say, this has had a political fallout. Just a short while back, Nepal's Home Minister resigned. He says he's taking moral responsibility for the death of protesters. Here's a report.
Vehicles set on fire. broken windows and shattered glass. There are stones and debris everywhere, and the air is filled with clouds of tear gas. This is not a war zone. This is Nepal. Thousands of young people took to the streets across the country today. They chanted. They marched. They broke past police barricades. And they stormed the parliament gates. Security forces responded with tear gas and rubber bullets. By the end of the day, at least a dozen protesters were dead. Hospitals have been overwhelmed by the injured. The trigger behind the protests was a ban. Last week, the government of KP Sharma Oli banned over 24 social media platforms. From X to Instagram, even Facebook, WhatsApp and YouTube. The reason was non-compliance. These companies failed to register with the Nepali government. The requirement came after a Supreme Court order last year. Each platform was asked to appoint a local contact and name an officer to handle user complaints. They did not comply, so the government pulled the plug. Critics of the new registration law say this is not about compliance, it's about control. They are calling it a crackdown on dissent, one that's disguised as regulation. For the Gen Z of Nepal, this ban is a personal one. For many of them, social media had become a source of livelihood. Nepal's digital youth rely on social media to work, create, and earn. The government's ban sparked anxiety among them, so they decided to protest. Observers say no political party was behind today's protest. Protesters spread the word through VPNs, and they mobilized in real time. But the Oli government remains dismissive of their voices. Yesterday, Nepal's Prime Minister defended the ban. He called it a matter of national sovereignty. Oli declared he didn't care if 2 or 4 people lost their jobs. For the protesters, those remarks only added fuel to the fire. Their anger goes beyond a social media ban. It's rooted in joblessness and in inequality. Unemployment remains high in the country. Around 2,000 Nepalis leave the country every day, according to an estimate. Most head to the Gulf of Malaysia. Others go west, chasing education, opportunity, or an escape. But those who remain, especially the youth, feel left behind. They see political leaders with access to greater resources. Many send their children abroad for education and work. Meanwhile, young citizens at home face limited opportunities. The ban has brought the Oli government's core challenge into sharp focus. A digitally connected generation, mobilized, vocal, and increasingly assertive. They are not waiting for political parties to deliver on their promises. They are pushing for change. They are organizing independently. Today, they were on the streets, at the gates of Nepal's parliament, and directly confronting the state authority.